You know, what's funny, as hard as I try to take the picture serious, but Heather comes up with these goofy poses every time, and I just have to play along or she gets really mad.
Oh my gosh, we're so full of
Welcome to Goin Batty. It's been a fun night. Oh my gosh. The house is in an uproar. How are you? How are you? We're glad to see you. Thanks for joining us. We have made it to Wednesday. All of us, you, me, the kids, all of us have made it. Here we are for another live stream. And look at all the folks that are joining us. Aren't they cool? Anybody? Anyone? Hello?
Well, we have Jitan. I haven't seen her in a while.
I know.
Yay!
Let me read off some folks that are joining us. We've got Jitan, Angie's Pantry, Huffman Family Homestead, Amber, Tara, Mr. Peanut is in the Peanut Gallery. Trucking it up. How are you?
Walker is here.
Katie Goin Batty's here. Tara, Baker Mom, Prissy Green. Discover E. Melissa Green, Sharon, and Jayton again. There you go. She came in twice.
Well, she's saying hi to me.
Oh, well, giddy up.
Just me, not you. Because she likes me better.
Probably.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. Unfortunately, Paula's here. Hi, everybody. Well, welcome to our show. We're going to talk about things from our story. We're going to talk about the Goin Batty kitchen. We've got a garden update for you. We have a chicken update for you. We're going to talk about chickens tonight, about maybe some stuff you didn't know. If you're trying to get a new flock or you're raising chickens, you're going to want to stay tuned. We're going to talk about some of our favorite things, which right now, I'll tell you, I was impressed. I have a devotion. I don't know if you joined us for it or not, but I have a devotion at 7 o'clock in the morning right here on this Goin Batty channel. And my beautiful bride and her wonderful mother got up at right after 7 o'clock, and at 7:30 on the dot started canning beans. And folks, I'm not saying they canned 1 or 2 jars as a novelty.
Nope.
No, they did a production line that'll keep us in beans until Jesus comes back. I mean, there's so many beans on our counter, I can't even begin to tell you how many. How many pounds of beans did you guys do today?
Probably 12, maybe 15 pounds of beans.
Oh, I was going to say 12 beans. Well, I guess that's less impressive.
No, but no.
Still, that's a lot of beans.
Like, probably, I don't know, like maybe 15 minutes ago, I took the last cans out of the pressure canner. So, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, who knows? You got to get to church. We understand. No worries. Not only has she been canning, but she's also been taking very good care of all of our wonderful children.
Pamela, the beans that we canned this time around were not from our garden. They were some dried ones that the expiration date was getting ready to happen, and I've learned that you can take the dried ones, and when they get close to the expiration date, go ahead and cook them, and then you get a whole nother year that you can...
It makes them last longer.
It makes them last longer. So, but I did do green beans from our garden. Well, no, it wasn't. It was at the end of last week.
Yeah, she's been canning like a crazy person. Yeah. And she knows how to do it. She does it like a science. Her and her mom get going, and it's incredible to watch. Yeah. I am having a horrible allergy attack. It's wonderful. I'm totally full up to here. And so if I sound a little crazy or if I sneeze and hack a lot, we'll go to Heather with the story. But you guys have been very, very busy today, and I'm just really impressed how much you guys got done. And doesn't she look beautiful tonight, folks?
Do I ever?
Well,
thank you.
First things first, we got to tell you, we are 9 days away from our big move. 9 days, well, not 9 days from the move, but 9 days to getting into the house, looking at it, cleaning it, and then moving, getting the keys back. 9 days and counting, and this is, I'm telling you, this is going to be a big deal.
Baker Mom, the candy, depending on if we eat, which I don't think we will eat them all, but I can some for me, for us, for my mom, and for my grandmother, because my grandmother she doesn't do canning anymore, and she really can't, she just can't. And so I did them for her too. She asked for some. So I've got them in little little half pint jars for her and a pint jar for my mom, and then quart jars for us.
It is 12:30 a.m. in the UK. Tracy is awake with us.
Well, that's awful sweet
It's
of her.
12:30 in the UK. And NZ Mermaid, what time is it where you are? Because that'd be interesting. If you're international and if you just share your time with us, that'll just make our day. I don't like packing, but I hate the unpacking. I agree with that. Who knows?
Yeah.
It is 11:35 a.m. So she's still in her day.
Wow.
That's impressive, and that's just cool. All right, so let's jump into it.
The steaming from the cannon is like a free facial. It is, except I put vinegar in our water to keep the jars from getting all cloudy. And so when you pull that lid, I always try to pull it off this way, but still when that steam gets in your face, it's like having, like when you dye Easter eggs. It's like having an Easter egg facial. That vinegar water hits you in the face, you're like, woo! So,
yeah. Well, Baker Mom, Kevin, try eating a tablespoon of local raw honey each day to relieve your allergy symptoms. That is a great idea, and I need to do that because
we've got some local honey.
We might, but if we don't have local honey, we've always got the Thrive Life Crystal Honeys. Look at that.
That's not local honey.
I know, but it's so good.
Honey.
So good. Makes me so happy.
All right, so let's keep going.
Okay, yeah. Anyway. We, this week, went to our storage bin and we visited all of our stuff. We went and saw all the things that we own shoved into a little garage about that big. It feels like
it's a storage unit. So it's been it's weird because his reaction to it and my reaction to it is completely different because he's looking at it and he's going, okay, yeah, that's great. There's all of our things. I'm looking at it, I'm like, holy smokes, we got a lot of stuff.
But
where are we going to put all of this stuff? Because some of it I would just prefer not to even open the box and just throw it away. Because I'm like, we haven't seen it in like a year. We really
Hoarders Unite. No, I want my stuff back.
I'm like, the furniture, I understand the furniture, and then we can just start brand new. My cooking stuff, my kitchen stuff.
Shoot me.
But, everything else is kind of like, because he'll be at work and I'll be the one stuck going through the boxes going, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, they've outgrown this, we don't need this.
Those are clothes, but I'm telling you, the other stuff that we do is we've got a lot of just like all of our kitchen stuff, right? All of our stuff that we used to. I got to sit in my big red chair.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So we're excited to get into that. But one of the things that occurred to me while we were visiting our stuff is all of that is simply on its way out, and we have to move it. So that makes it a little annoying, but I see it as an adventure. I like seeing all the stuff that we put back there and didn't remember. Like, I forgot we had this, And so it's kind of like Christmas all over again because we get our stuff back. And just watching the kids just rediscover all their stuff.
To me, it's kind of like an episode of Hoarders. I look at that, I'm like,
Please. Wait until we get to the house, then I'll really start hoarding.
No, you won't.
No, I don't hoard.
I'll make you sleep in the garage with the rabbits, and you can have all your stuff in the garage with the rabbits and you. So.
My wife just gave me the garage. Oh, wait, that's a bad thing. All right, anyway.
It's cold in the winter.
It does. Yeah. It does. And I don't want to be away from you. We went up there and we timed the commute because I'll be commuting back and forth from Dayton to Cincinnati. And that's about a 40-minute commute. And so we wanted to make sure that we had it and that we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We're figuring out our new schedule with my work and Heather homeschooling and the kids homeschooling. And we're just kind of unpacking all of that, all of those ideas really on how we're going to accomplish this. And it keeps coming back to basically, we get to get some new rhythms in our life, and this is the perfect time to start them. Sorting and going small through some of this stuff isn't a bad thing. And I contrary to how we joke, I don't just hang on to things that are crap.
No.
But we do have some fun at it. So, it is part of the joys of home ownership and
Well, and
getting
it's
back
hard
in.
because
and,
my head is in a million different places because I'm a woman and that's what we do.
all the windows
And-
are open.
Yeah,
Explain the windows thing.
It's like a computer, and with women, like Kevin says, he has his shelf.
It's right back there.
If he can't deal with it and fix it now, he'll just put it on the shelf. And then when he can, he'll pull it off the shelf. Well, I'm like a computer, and I have all of these windows open, and I can't close any of them until the task is done. And so I have all of these windows open right now because I'm, trying to get the canning done, I got the thing from the sending it certified mail so that the city of Dayton has gotten my intent to homeschool form and all that kind of stuff. So I've got that receipt. And so now I'm going through and going, okay, I'm waiting to hear if we get this grant for some of our curriculum that we want to do. If not, then we're doing Easy Peasy again, which is a great curriculum. I wanted to try branch out a little bit.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm going to keep planning like we're going to do Easy Peasy and start planning the kids' day and stuff. But we're starting school actually after we move. So most people will be a month into school before we even start.
Yep.
So, and then we'll make up for it at the end of the year. So we'll probably go later into the year. And I'm actually considering doing year-round school, not like full-time school, but
Not
I have
hardcore.
Yeah, I have
never
a cousin
have a minute to
that
yourself.
when the summer hits, they'll do school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And they'll hit like the big ones, like the reading and the writing, and then on Thursdays they'll do like the math and science, or and they'll kind of mix it up like that. But so I've got all of these windows open, and I can't close any of them because nothing is finished, and I can't put it on the shelf. So
I'm holding homeschool.
he's putting it on the shelf because he doesn't deal with it all the time. So,
Back on the shelf. And it won't come down until she knocks it off and hits me in the head with it.
Lone Star's here. I just saw him fly.
Hi, Lone Star. How are you? Hi, Trucking It Up. Hi, Coco Noel. Hi,
Yes.
everybody that we haven't said hi to yet.
Lone
Big
Star,
screen.
the quail whisperer.
The quail whisperer. That's awesome.
Hi,
Well,
Kelly.
we've been praying for you, Lone Star. I hope you're doing good, man. And we've been
And your
praying for your
wife,
beautiful
yeah.
bride as well. Because we know you guys are going through that. So, for me, when I deal with a problem, typically I know that it's going to be a very, it's going to be an annoying problem if I keep taking it and putting it back up on the shelf and it keeps falling down and hitting me in the head. It's not procrastination. That's not what I mean. It's more of I know I can't deal with this right now, so I'm just going to wait on it and pray about it and put it back there. Heather works very differently, and my shelf annoys her.
It does. But I've been doing things, though, where I've been, it's been great because I know I'm probably like, people probably go, well, duh, Heather. Like, I've been checking out ladies on YouTube who do homeschooling and how they do it, because my method may not necessarily be the best one. But the one that I've been watching lately is Creative Essence, and how she does it. And like, she's a teacher and everything, and that's her occupation before she decided to stay at home and stuff. And I've gotten like a lot of great ideas. And then what was it? Parsnips and Parsimony is another one that I've been watching hers. And the problem though is when I watch these ladies, I get all of these great ideas, and then I write them down, and then I lose the paper.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang it! So I have to go back and rewatch. So
Yeah, you're right, Lone Star. It goes back to waffles and spaghetti.
Yep.
But Heather and I have gone to the more advanced level where she's got the windows open and I've got the shelving and cans. It's the same. It's the exact same thing. We've just made it more complicated so that we can laugh at it and have more fun with it. Because if one of the things that is a bold realization. Yes.
I'm sorry. I have Sharon
interrupted.
asked how many children will I homeschool. We have 4.
4.
So yeah.
4 kids.
Yeah, and just so because she's new here, she probably doesn't know. It's easier for us to see your question if you put it in all caps, because they come flying through so quickly. If it's in capital letters, we'll know to scroll back down and read your question. So so you know, it helps us.
It helps.
Yeah, because we get distracted easily.
It does. YouTube backyard scientist, crazy mad crot.
Great science.
Great science.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. That sounds fun. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of the things that Heather and I did is we read these books. Like everybody does, right? Except it was funny because my beautiful bride, she.
Sorry, Kate. Go ahead.
Let Katie be the troll slayer tonight.
Sorry. Yes.
Katie is troll slaying for us tonight, folks. Thank you. But anyway, what we did is we got the books, and the books showed us what the books said because they were books.
What are you talking about?
The books that we read about getting to know how we operate as a married couple.
One is called For Women Only, and the other one's called For Men
Only.
And they're written by Shantae Feldhen.
Yes.
And then the other one is written by her husband Jeff. So
yes.
Those are really good.
These were great books because your wife reads the For Women Only book, and then she'll fire questions at you and go, "Is this true? Do you really think like that?" And that's where you ask the question, "Oh, is that what we're gonna do tonight? Fight?" No,
it was seriously. I want to know.
It was a great conversation opener, and we won't go into all of that, but we might bring up those books for an entire video. That might be funny for us to talk.
Yeah.
Like to go into some of those questions. It might be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. We have so much to do between now and then we can't even figure it out, to be honest with you, when we move.
9 days.
9 days.
No, 9 days is when we get the keys back.
Yeah, so a little longer. But one of the things that has helped us immensely is going to this storage bin, seeing what we have, and being able to talk openly about, hey, what do we want to do with the stuff we have? And the big stuff, so we can start planning things out, Yeah. We're not going to mess with the yard yet. We're going to get settled and get the kids settled and get school started, and then we'll deal with the yard as we need to. But I know the Goin Batty clan. I don't feel good, and so everything's off. Yeah. I apologize. The Goin Batty clan. The kids are a force to be reckoned with when it comes to doing yard work, cleaning things up, and stripping down everything. And so that'll take us like a day and a half to get that little yard up to the point where we can actually start putting a garden
or getting ready for next year's garden. Probably.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I will let's keep going. We're going to talk about the Goin Batty kitchen.
Okay, so there's this game that my kids play with me in every house we've ever lived in. And it's called Hide and Seek with My Dishes. And I hate this game. I don't like it. It drives me absolutely nuts because I have a certain place where everything is supposed to go. There's a reason why it goes in that place. And it never fails. Like, I'll be looking for something, like the ladle or, my spatula or my big stainless steel mixing bowl. And it's never in the same place twice. And I'm like, ah! So, and it drives me absolutely nuts. But they are helping and they are doing the dishes and stuff like that. So I can't complain about that. But I have a reason why my kitchen is the way that it is. And now I have to rethink that in the house that we move into because it doesn't have a huge amount of counter space. So I have to go, okay, now, so like, where's my baking station kind of going to be? And where are the plates going to be? Because here's what we've decided. We've decided that, if you give people in our house the choice of 15 glasses, they will use all 15 of them.
Yes, they will.
If you give them the choice of their very own glass and their own color, they'll stick with their glass or they'll have to wash it when it gets dirty. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to have plates that will be used when company comes over and they'll be way up high where no one can get them. Everyone will get a coordinating plate and glass that is theirs. And if it is not clean, then
they have to wash
it before they eat their next meal. Because with as many people that are in our family, there is a ton of dishes that have to get done. And I think just for the person that is doing dishes that day, I think it's going to be better because there's not like 70 billion plates that have to be washed and 37 glasses and the entire silverware drawer and stuff like that. So I think that that's what we're going to kind of be moving to. And what I found is like, plates at the dollar store are super cheap. They're $1. And then if they break them, you just spend another $1 and you get another plate. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Well, it is one of the most frustrating things when you go to your garage where the toolbox is and all of your tools are spread out all over the garage and you can't find them and they're not put away. And that's kind of Heather's deal with the Goin Batty kitchen is her tools can't be spread out all over the place. She has her kitchen set up a particular way so that she can find things when she needs them. And
okay, so we in this house, Kevin redid the kitchen and he put in new cabinets and everything.
Not in this house.
Not in this house. The house we're moving into.
Yeah.
And it was our starter home, and so the kids were little, and I had gone out to the grocery store, and we had talked about, and we had bought the cabinets and everything about redoing the kitchen, but we hadn't put a date on when to do that. And I kind of need that this is where you start and this is where you finish kind of thing, just so that my world can function well. And I go to the grocery store and I come back and he has pulled out all of my appliances and all the bottom cabinets. He has pulled them all off. And I went, what are you doing? And he goes, well, I'm redoing the kitchen. I'm like, but we didn't say it was today. And I was like, I think I'll go to my parents' house for a few hours so I can contemplate what has just happened here. So.
Yeah, and she definitely was, but in my defense,
it looked fine. It looked actually not fine. It looked really great when
it needed to change.
When he was done, and it did need to change because it was old and it was, the cabinets were falling apart and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But he couldn't understand why I was so upset. And I said, okay, imagine I go into your office at work and I rearrange all of your stuff and then not tell you where I put any of it. And he goes, oh, he goes, that makes sense. So
my bad.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I learned not to do that, and it took me a while, but she beat me out of it.
I didn't beat him. Where it shows. So, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't beat him.
Yeah, no, there are days where you just hold my hand to keep from beating me with it.
No, there are just days I have to look at him and go,
what are you doing?
What? And then usually it makes sense in the end, but in the beginning I'm like, I'm not following, I'm not tracking with you. So
yeah. I need bee pollen for my allergies. I know. Kelly has a ton. If you'd like, please. What the lead in DT plates? I have no idea what that means. Okay. Anyway, see you later, Angie's Pantry. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
So the Goin Batty kitchen. We're gonna talk about the garden update.
Yeah.
So we've been picking a lot of stuff. There's been some amazing things that have come out of the garden, and it's just been awesome. Because we're getting green beans, we're getting peppers, we're getting tomatoes, all kinds of good things.
Well, it's funny because my brother bought me some plants, and he asked me, he goes, well, what kind of plants do you want? And I said, well, why don't you get me a watermelon plant and then get me a jalapeno plant? And he was like, okay. So I got him, they planted them, they're fine and everything. And then I look, and he did not buy me a jalapeno plant. He bought me a habanero plant. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? Because no one in my house will eat those. They're so hot. So they're just pretty now because I have to figure out what to do with them. So, but so the garden has been going really well. Like, we picked a bunch of green beans. I think we have another whole bunch that's going to be coming soon. Okra. We had...
oh, yeah. Man, okra was huge.
I made fried okra the other night, and I had 3 of my 4 children that liked it. So I like it. I grew up with it. I don't have a problem with it. Kevin doesn't care for it, so...
Here's the thing. I don't have to like it. My family loves it. And they like it fried mostly, but I love watching them enjoy it.
There's really no other way to eat okra except fried, because if you eat it any other way, it's like eating snot. So I'm like, bleh, no one wants to eat that.
No one likes that.
Yeah.
No one likes that. But there's a lot of really great things on coming out of our garden. We've started a patch of asparagus.
Oh, trucking it up like spoiled okra. Ooh,
he's a real man.
He's a real man because
no. Him and Tiny House Preppers peas.
Oh, put it in gumbo. I have had it in gumbo, and that's not bad because the gumbo, it'll help thicken up the gumbo. But yeah.
Boiled is slimy. Ew.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's producing more than what we thought. You know, when we planted our garden, we didn't think that we were going to get the things out of it that we're getting out of it. And so now that we're getting this stuff from it, we're kind of like, ooh, wait, that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. We thought we were going to get cabbage and lots of cucumbers, and frankly, that stuff really didn't eat more peas.
No, you cannot make me eat more peas. I will eat just about every other vegetable, and I will eat peas raw, but I will not eat them cooked.
You know, I say we leave them off for Tiny House Prep.
I know.
Because he can have them all.
Yeah, he can have all of the peas.
Elizabeth.
He and Elizabeth can have all of the peas.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
So, yeah.
Anyway, well...
wasabi peas are good. Yes, I do like those. Yeah. So...
But we didn't get the vegetables out of it we thought we did. We got something better. Right outside the door here, there is a potato squash from a pumpkin plant.
What we thought
was a pumpkin plant. So we ordered these seeds, and we got potato squash seeds. But we thought we got pumpkin seeds, and it turned out to be potato squash.
We do like horseradish, but we've never grown it. So
well, I do like horseradish.
He likes horseradish a lot. So,
I like horseradish a lot.
Yeah, but it was funny because the potato squash and the pumpkin all came in the same packet. So
Sherry, I tried to call you the other day and I couldn't get through. Please feel free. Please give me a call when you get a chance, or send me an email. Okay. But anyway, yeah, we are getting things out of our garden I just never anticipated.
Oh no! Yeah, there's not enough money in the world to get me to eat a whole bowl of peas.
If we super chat them, oh yes,
you have to give me $1 million to eat a bowl of peas. So
I might choke one down for $1 million.
There's taking a whole bowl of peas
for $1 million. Yeah, I'd do it. Heck yeah, I'd do it. But no, pretty peas. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's been kind of fun watching the things that we were gonna get. We will show you what a potato squash is. Mr. Peanut, will you grab the potato squash right out on the patio?
I've got another one that I've
What about pea soup?
Pea soup, no.
Probably not.
That's cooked peas.
I know it has bacon in it, but probably not. No. Vinegar will
the bigger one.
The bigger one, yeah. So this massive, huge, ginormous, VeggieTale looking...
it reminds me, if any of you have little kids and you've watched VeggieTales, all it needs is a little fedora and a mustache, and you have Mr. Lunt. So that's what it reminds me of. So
I don't know what his voice was.
He's got that.
Hello, my name is Mr.
Hello, my name is
Mr. Lunt. Yeah.
Would you like a root? I'm digging mine soon. Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's our potato squash. This one wasn't even ripe yet. We picked it way too soon. So
yeah, and I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am.
What?
Just the whole pea thing. I'm not a big pea fan, so I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in Japan. I will not eat them with Godzilla and Rodan.
I'm trying to say something. So we're not quite sure what to do with potato squash yet, but we'll figure it out. So.
The chickens might like it. But
Coco Noel knows who Mr. Lunt is.
Hey, good. Smoky old voice.
Yeah.
Haha, Mr. Lunt. Well, again, we didn't think we were going to have the vegetables that we have, but we're really excited that we got the ones that we did. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit of unexpected surprise.
Yeah.
So, anyway, some of our neighbors have some amazing tomatoes, and we're bartering and trading with them to get some good stuff. And it is definitely an exciting time from the garden update. Now, let's have a talk. All right, those of you who love chickens, unite. We are going to talk about chickens tonight. I'm going to, for a little while anyway. The chicken thing, we are going to be getting rid of our chickens because we have to head to the city. And because we're heading to the city, we can't keep our birds. And so this weekend, we're actually going to give them away.
Cat lover, we're not sure what it looks like on the inside because we've never cut one open. I mistake them for zucchini, so I was picking them really small and I couldn't figure out why they weren't lasting. In the refrigerator, they were going bad really, really quickly. So we're going to have to bust one of them open and see what it looks like on the inside. And then I have a feeling it probably looks a little bit maybe like a butternut squash or something like that. But we're going to, I'm going to look up recipes and see how to cook one and then try to do it. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're back to the chicken thing. We are going to get rid of all of our chickens. We'll have 4 roosters left when all
we
said
can't get
and
rid
done,
of these roosters.
and we'll get rid of them. But
because they're not big enough to go to freezer camp yet.
The thing that came to my mind was, as we have done chickens, there is a process to introducing new chickens into your flock. If you already have a pre-existing group of chickens, if you don't, there's a process to that too. So let's say we took these 5 birds and we put them in a brand new environment where there were no other chickens. One of the big key things is that you need to keep them in their coop for a little bit around a week to get them used to their surroundings, depending on how big their coop is. If it's a rather large coop, you need to keep them in there longer. The amount of time that it'll take them to acclimate to their surroundings depends on the size of a place that they have. And if you're going to take chickens and you're going to introduce them to a flock, you do not want to throw them just in. You don't want to go home and just put these chickens in with the other chickens. You need to isolate them. You need to make sure that they're not contaminated, that they're not diseased, that they don't have anything on them that might spread to the rest of your flock and hurt them. If a chicken has a cough or a sneeze, that's the end of that chicken, because that can
get rid of it right away, because that spreads to your
that can spread
flock.
to the rest of the flock, and it's not something you can cure them of. So you got to make sure that you're doing the right things. We use diatomaceous earth to make sure that our chickens don't have little lice. We kind of are proactive in putting that in their food for mites and other bugs. But yes,
for them to dirt bath in. But I will
the
tell
chickens can get sick.
Yeah. We got some birds one time, and the one thing you have to watch out when you just let them free range is you do have to watch out for poultry lice. And we got some one time, and we couldn't figure out why their feathers were falling out because we were rather new to chickens. And we gotten them from somebody else, and they had lice, and it spread to our entire flock. Yep. And so, like, their feathers were breaking off, and you could see it, usually around their vent and under their wings, you would have, like, clumps of the little eggs on it. And people can't get it, but it was, anyone who's ever had their kid have lice, when you hear the word lice, you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
And
it's chicken lice. It doesn't pass.
They had it so bad that no organic remedy would work. We actually had to get, was it the 7 dust that you put on plants and stuff like that? We had to dust our chickens with that to get rid of the lice. That was the only thing that would get rid of it. It was so bad. So sometimes we had to go to methods that were not organic, and that was one time we had to do that. So but yeah, so that was a learning curve for us, because we didn't know, that we needed to check these birds after we got them from somebody else. And and we did find that the more that they free ranged without being, because like when ours free range now, they free range within confinement. Like, we'll move their paddock so we know where they are, because if they go all over the place, they can get this poultry lice from any bird that's out there in nature. So
that's right. That's right. And there were a lot of little birds that would come around
too. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of little birds that would come around and hang out with our chickens, and they weren't in close proximity, but they would be in some of their spaces. And you got to quarantine your birds. We had a road bar who, when it came on the scene, had a sneeze. And we didn't know what that was, and so I called a couple of veterinarian friends of mine, and they said, that bird is going to contaminate the rest of your flock if you don't get it out of there. You've got to quarantine it. So we got a big dog cage. We spread all this stuff on it, and all the things we tried, it never got better. Now, there are certain things that you can buy from Tractor Supply and Rural King that will possibly heal them, but it's a chemical that you use on the chicken that'll make it impossible for you to eat their eggs ever again, because that chemical stays in their body the rest of their life, and it goes into their eggs that they produce. So we tried to stay away from that.
You can't eat them either because it goes into the meat too.
Because it goes into the meat, and so we just got rid of that chicken. We disposed of it properly and with respect. And really, I mean, when you take a chicken that is healthy and you that is healthy, you take it and you quarantine it, and it's okay, and you put it in with the rest of the flock. Don't leave. Stay in there. Stay in there with the rest of the flock, because you're going to be the dominant animal in that scenario. So for about a half hour to 45 minutes, they're going to be figuring out the pecking order, which is a real thing, by the way. Mm-hmm. And as they do that, your presence in the coop will level that out so that they're not picking on one of the new birds if it's smaller, or if it's different, or maybe it has a funny walk, or maybe it wears glasses, whatever. It won't pick on it because it's the new kid in school. Your presence in that situation will create a level playing field. And so I would encourage you guys that when you go to take birds and put them in with the rest of the flock, that you have a presence there, that you keep them quarantined till you make sure they're healthy. Have a presence there, and then watch the pecking order. Who is your dominant hen? Who is top hen, if you will? Who's the top chick? Because that could become a problem if all the rest of them gang up on another one, which goes back to why it's important for you to observe. You always have to observe. You have to observe regularly and make sure you're watching your chickens, and keep them healthy. One of the biggest parts about keeping them healthy is giving them a good dust bath, making sure that they have the right supplement. I watched something on Justin Rhodes. I just love this guy. He cracks me up, and the things that he's learning on his farm tour are amazing. So they have they went to this farm, ABC Farms or something like that, and the cows were pooping all over the field. And so as they move the cows once a day, sometimes twice a day. And when they move the cows, they put the chickens in the field that the cows were in. And one of the things that they do is they take the chicken feed and they sprinkle the chicken feed over the cow poop, and the chickens will go there and dig through the cow poop. Now, at first I thought, that's disgusting. That's gross. They're going to get sick. Not at all. You see, all those flies will fly around and lay maggots inside of that cow poop. And the chickens will come by. They'll eat the dung beetles. They'll eat the fly larvae. And the chickens get healthy eating that stuff.
And they spread the manure.
And then they spread the manure to make the grass healthy. I'm sitting here going, that's genius. And so when you guys think about your chickens, remember, they are the hogs of fowl.
Yeah.
They're fowl hogs. I mean, it's just incredible.
We let them loose on our compost pile.
They eat everything.
And they took a compost pile that we had two square pallet compost piles. And, they took it all the way down to one. They tilled it up and dug in it and pecked in it and all that kind of stuff. And it worked out really great. So I just want to say hello, wonderful, blessed life. We had a couple other people come in. And
awesome.
So I just saw her come in. She popped up there.
We're glad you're with us.
We're glad you're here.
It's a good night tonight. Yeah. So those are some of the things that when we're dealing with chickens, we would do if we were reintroducing new chickens into our flock. But it's funny, we're working backwards, and so we thought we'd bring this up and go, okay, if you have chickens and you know more than us, please add your 2 cents. Are you guys going to meet up with Tara on Living on a Dime with her on a road trip?
I don't think she's going to be anywhere.
I think she's going to Northern Ohio.
She's going to be in Northern Ohio, and we're in the southern part of it. So
now, don't get me wrong, that would be awesome.
I would love to meet up with her, but she's going to be up by Lehman's and stuff like that, which is more up towards between Cleveland and Columbus. So, and we're down more towards Kentucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. And
Absolutely.
that's Ohio. I mean, it's not the biggest state, but it's a pretty big state. That's quite a drive. So,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So anyway, those are some of our chicken updates. We're going to be dismantling and putting in storage in our garage a lot of the different chicken things that we've accumulated, so that when the time is right again to do chickens, we'll have the equipment and we won't have to go back out and buy it all. But I think we can learn these things together. One of the ways that we learned about chickens was by watching a lot of YouTube videos, from Justin Rhodes to Big Family Homestead,
Patera, Appalachia Homestead,
all kinds of people. And there was even one that we watched from the UK, and I can't remember. It was The Secret Life of a Chicken, and it just was very informative about how chickens work and how you can introduce them into the flock and how do you care for them. And so we've learned a lot of that stuff from other channels, and it's been great. So I would encourage you guys that if you're looking into chickens, keep learning, keep doing that. Where you can learn and gain new knowledge from everybody. So There you go.
Yep.
All right, so we have
we're on to favorite things.
some of our favorite things.
My favorite thing is this chair I'm sitting in right now because I've been canning all day long. So I don't have a favorite thing today. So
That's funny.
yeah. So what's your favorite thing?
It's funny. I was going to bring over a can of beans. And she said, "You can't
move them yet. They got to set for a while. You're
I didn't
not
know
allowed
that.
to move them.
Yep.
So yeah.
All
All
right.
right. See you later, Bean Dad and Grandma.
Have a good time. What movie are you guys going to watch? That sounds like fun. But anyway, some of my favorite things. This is one of them right here. It's been very handy over the last couple weeks. It is the Cabela's Survival and First Aid Guide. And so you open up this bad boy, and I know you can't see it, but maybe Heather will hold it for me while I unzip it. You hold this thing, you unzip this thing, and it just has everything shoved into a small little bag.
Is it going to be like the can of snakes?
It opens like... No, it's going to be
out?
Spiders.
Oh.
It's going to be spiders.
Oh, I have to tell you my spider story today.
She doesn't have to tell you this.
Yes, I do. Because my mom and I are getting ready to can. 8 o'clock in the morning, we're filling up the giant pressure canner. And there is a big old spider. I mean, this thing is like this big, and it's in the bottom of my pot. And
this is waterproof.
I'm like freaking out, and my husband is laughing at me, and he does nothing to save me from the spider that tried to eat me.
It's about that big.
It was like this.
No, it was about that big.
Big.
And it was actually laughing at her too.
He was laughing at me. I'm trying to get it out the door and everything, and the dog is not helping me. She's like, "What is it? What is it?" I'm like, "Eat it!" And she wouldn't eat it.
She wouldn't look at it.
And Kevin's laughing at me, and I'm like, "Do something!"
Outdoor Survival Kit. It's got all kinds of stuff in there. There's even a book in there. Yeah, that spider was like this big, and it wasn't going to hurt her at all. So not a big whoop.
It was gross. It was so gross.
There's a little pencil in there in case you need to write something down. And the book is Wilderness and Travel Medicine. So it's got some really useful things in here. I was really surprised. There's zip ties in here. Man, there's all kinds of stuff in here.
Brad Toby says it's waterproof too.
It is waterproof. Yeah, it says it right here. It's got a little... Oh, this is awesome. Boop. Oh, sweet. It's a little light.
Headlamp.
It's a little headlamp. I better not use it because, what if I get in trouble? See?
Oh, there.
But yeah, I mean, this thing is really cool. It's very helpful, very handy. There's a pair of scissors in here. And, man, I'm telling you, this is the way to go right here. Now, I'm not saying that you should not have a normal kit, but these things have everything. You gotta get it. It has everything in here. It's awesome. And they shove it all into this little space. So I got impressed with it right away. My kids have been using it quite a bit because of the Band-Aids in here. For some reason, every Band-Aid in our house got either used up on a foot or turned into a mustache.
I can buy a box of Band-Aids and they'll be on in a week. And nobody's gotten hurt. I don't know where the Band-Aids go.
I'm telling you, they're using them as mustaches. Our kids will take Band-Aids, they'll draw mustaches on them, and then they'll wear them around the house. It's rather funny to watch. I'll be honest with you. That is the best first aid kit need those on the farm. Absolutely. Yeah. So what are we doing? We're moving to the city and taking it with us because you never know what you're gonna run into there either. Yeah, these are really handy. I mean, they're just
we need the
awesome.
Costco Band-Aid box. We do. I need to look at Costco next time I go to buy Band-Aids because
you do.
I need it in an 8 million count box.
Iodine, right there, iodine solution. So it's all. I mean, it's just all in this really convenient little box that just. I mean, it just has everything in it you could ever imagine.
Now, are we gonna be able to get it backed up?
I don't know. I'm just opening it. I'm not in charge of putting it away.
Okay.
But I think it's a great tool. You guys know that with 4 kids, we've seen a lot of blood and guts and.
Okay, so somebody asked us about the Back to Eden garden. We have not had luck with it. Now, I believe, did it wrong.
Yep.
But we put the wood chips down, and what we did not know, and someone told us this later, is that those wood chips need to set, and they need to age for like 2 or 3 years. So if you can find a place where they've already set that long, then you're golden, I guess, but that's not what happened. We had a tree come down, we had them chip it up, and we just put it on our garden, and everything that we planted in that is about that tall. So that is our experience with the Back to Eden gardening. Now, I don't know if I think once we get to where we're going to be permanently, we might give it a try again when we know that we have that 2-year period to let them sit. But as of right now, I think we're going to be moving to raised beds is what we're going to be moving to.
I'll tell you what, one of the best places to get a kit like this is on Amazon. We have an affiliate link. If you're at all interested, you can go to Amazon, click on our affiliate link, and look to order one of these guys. It helps our family out, but it also gives you a really cool survival kit right to your door. They'll deliver it right to your door, which is really cool. The shirt is someone was asking about my shirt. It might have been someone that got deleted, but
yes,
I have a Batman shirt that glows in the dark.
Because he's awesome that way.
Dun, 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 dun.
He was showing it to me last night. He was like, "Hey, Heather," and he would flip off the light, and I'm like, "I can't see anything."
I'm trying to read here, Kevin.
And it hadn't gotten enough light to it yet that it really glowed really bright, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess it glows in the dark." So.
Well, listen, we are very glad that you're on our channel too, and I wanted to just run a few things by you that are my favorite things. You guys know this, and if you're interested, you can look it up on our Facebook page. GoinBattyThriveLife.com is the website, and the Goin Batty Thrive Life Facebook page. But here are some of our new favorite things. These honey crystals are the bomb.
I used them in my coffee this morning, and it was
Guys,
awesome.
They are amazing, and look inside. It's just not what you think. It's just awesome. It's dehydrated honey.
A lot.
And
That's a lot.
Basically what you do is you use hot water, and it reconstitutes it, turns it right back into honey. It's amazing how this stuff works. Let's see. Honey, that's what's in here. So these things have very thorough ingredients lists. It's on our website. It shows you everything that's in them. It's natural ingredients. Most of the things are natural, and where it does have to use some sort of thing that you don't recognize, it's very clear about what it is.
I'm with you, Wonderful Blessed Life. I didn't know they could do that to honey.
Yeah, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It tastes amazing.
It was interesting because I put it in my coffee this morning, and it almost gave it like a caramely taste, which was kind of cool. I like that.
That's awesome.
So.
And this is good too. This is tomato powder. They freeze dry tomatoes, and then they crush them into this amazing powder. And guess what's in there? I know you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to hold it real close to see if you can, because it's hard to see. Oops, I just pressed the button too hard. It says tomatoes right there. You probably can't see it. Go to the website, you'll be able to see it. This is Thrive Life has been really good to us so far. Here's the next thing. I got to show this to you because I didn't believe it. The second I heard it, I'm like, that's ridiculous. That won't work, but it does. They have peanut flour. Basically, you can use this to make your own peanut butter. You add water and poof, peanut butter. It lasts for about a week.
Because
once it's made, it lasts for about a week.
Yeah, because I can make peanut butter and I can put either the honey in it, or I can put, it doesn't have, like, peanut butter you buy in the store, unless you buy like natural peanut butter, has some sort of hydrogenated something or other in it. And I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
Because now, like, my kids aren't eating that other junk that's in peanut butter. They're just eating the peanuts and maybe the honey that I put in.
Yeah,
so.
That's awesome. And that's really all that's in here. I mean, when you look at it, it is what it is. It's peanuts. That's what's in there. And I'm telling you, these are some of our favorite things. Thrive Life is the real deal. And the food that they produce is real food. We were asked a couple of times this past week, how can we support and encourage your family? I did this Devo, and someone would ask. One of the ways that we produce an extra income stream for our family is we have Thrive Life Foods. And if you would like to become a part of Thrive Life, it's real easy. All you got to do is go to the website and purchase whatever you're interested in.
No, you don't need to use it within 1 to 2 weeks. Most of the stuff, the only thing that I think you have to use quickly are pork products, but that stuff will last a year.
Yeah.
So once it's open.
I didn't mean to misquote like that. It's good for 25 years. Most cans are good for 25 years unopened. I know the most of them, except for the pork, are a year after that. So we would encourage you guys. We encourage you guys to check it out. And like I said, some products you're gonna love, others you might not like so much. Like, we're gonna leave all the peas for Tiny House Prepper, but the other ones are more for an emergency scenario. And then some of them are just for fun because we've never done it before and we wanted to try it, like the honey. So,
well, and I think too, like Brad Toby made that statement that honey doesn't go bad.
Yeah.
I think the issue sometimes with honey is that it will crystallize into that clump of sugar that you can't get out of the container.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that might be the reason why, but it was something that we just, for poops and giggles, we wanted to try, so.
Also, and if you look at it for the intent that it's for, this is for stuff for you to stock your pantry with in case of an emergency. We've incorporated into our everyday life for busy times. But if you're looking for something that will that kind of replaces canning because you don't have time to can or you don't have the ability to can, Thrive Life Foods will be there for you in an emergency and be there for a long period of time. We use it for that reason.
Who's that?
I'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
So anyway, these are a few of our favorite things and wanted you guys to see them, wanted you guys to know that if you're interested in supporting the Goin Batty channel, that's a great way to do it. And the only reason I say that is because people have asked us. We don't expect it. It's something that we're blessed just being here. And Heather and I have often talked, we do this for free. It's just a really fun time being with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So enough with the commercial. That's all we're going to say about Thrive Life. If you want more information, check out goinbatty.thrivelife.com. I'll tell you, it's funny. Growing up, I never had a single allergy. I wasn't allergic to anything. I could blow through every season, and I'd get sick, but I wouldn't have. Now that I turned over 40, when I started the downhill roll towards the next level, I've got watery eyes, I've got a stuffed nose, and the memory is gone. I just can't remember stuff. It drives my wife batty. Anyway,
Well, I think that the memory may not have been there because he's a creature of habit and he does a lot of things over and over again, and he puts keys in the same place, he puts this in the same place and that, and when you move it, like, he gets totally messed up. So I think it's just when his routine gets interrupted that he gets kind of like, what happened? I don't remember what I did with everything. So.
Well, I try to have everything has a place. My other favorite thing tonight was going to be a bottle of ointment that we use on our chickens. It's like a spray.
Vectorsin
or something like that.
It's in a blue bottle and
We'll
it has
find
a sprayer.
it and we'll come back.
Yeah, so we couldn't find it because we used it on, we've used it on people too. So like when they've gotten a cut and we've been outside and we just sprayed it with that, it works.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and it's something that has really healed our chickens when they got peck too hard or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so resources. Do you have any good resources?
No, just the ones that I mentioned before. With the homeschooling, creating or creative essence? I think it's creating essence. And then parsnips and parsimony. Those were the ones I was watching to kind of get homeschool ideas. So those were the two resources that I had. So,
now, if you guys are wondering, the answer is yes. Heather is in the process of planning a homeschool video where she shows you some of the insides and outs of the Goin Batty family, the Goin Batty clan, and how we approach homeschooling. We understand the law and we understand some of the tools. We didn't when we first started, and that's a whole nother conversation about that journey. But watch for that video in the next couple of weeks, maybe after we do that thing with the moving truck where we move.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, she's just got a process. She's got a plan. You've seen her develop her meal plans. She attacks her children's schooling very similarly, and so I would just encourage you guys to stay tuned for that. It'll be coming, and I would say in the next, if we don't do it within a month, I would be surprised. But let's see how the move goes, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so
it was actually just an idea this morning. I didn't know I was going to be doing a video on it so soon. So I just had thrown it out there. I wasn't. So Kevin has got plans for my life.
Kevin has an idea.
God loves me, and Kevin has a wonderful plan for my life.
Amen, sister. All right, so I won't speak for Heather, but I think this is true. We have been a huge fan of Chip and Joanna Gaines. I know that they're not always the most popular folks in the world, but they do a lot of homesteading behind the scenes that you don't see. And they got this little thing out now called the Magnolia Journal. And so by all means, feel free to check that out. We're going to take a look at this and see how homesteady it is.
Why am I drawing a blank on the name of their show? What is the name of their show?
It's Chip and
Fixer Upper. That's
Fixer Upper.
Fixer Upper. Yeah,
Fixer Upper,
I like that show.
It's a good show. We don't know all of the different things that they do, but Chip and Joanna, they've got some informative stuff, and this magazine right here is very cool. Guess where I found a bunch of resources for off-grid living and homesteading. I mean, look at these guys. This is amazing. This is great stuff. You've got the New Pioneer. That's a great family right there. You've got Lee Straw with the Off Grid, and then you've got this American Frontiersman. Let me tell you, they show guys that are doing they're living on the frontier without anything. Just what they pack, and they're crushing their own coffee beans, and they're living out on the land. They're using the old-timey guns. This is a great resource for you if that's kind of where you want to head, or at least something you want to try. These are all great magazines. Guess what? Found them at Walmart. They're not that expensive, and you could use them. They also have others on farming. They also have others on gardening. And don't get me wrong. It's always better to get them for free at the library. But if you do need them, you can go to the China Mart, and get those there. China Mart.
Oh, Walmart.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to go to the live feed for a little bit and just read some of your guys' comments. It's time to ask us whatever question you'd like to ask us, for us to talk through whatever comments you have to talk through. And we just want to hear from you guys. So
we have another one from New Zealand.
Awesome.
Intrepid Travelers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I love their shows. They seem to do so much. That's right. I assume you're not talking about our show. You're talking about Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Yes.
But we do a lot too. So
Trucking It Up says Backwoods is a good one too. So you need to write that down so you
Backwoods.
can check that one out.
Got it.
Yep.
Backwoods. Okay, cool. So what do you guys got? What do you when are we moving?
And we are getting the keys back to the house in about 9 days, and then we'll probably move a week after that. So
like
actually
2 or 3 or 4 days after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll start moving some stuff in, like
as
boxes and stuff as we're cleaning, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when we're moving.
Yep, that's a good one. We are moving soon. Love you guys in the Big Family Homestead. Follow you both. Blessings to the big hugs from New Zealand. Oh,
yeah,
wow, that's
that was
nice.
our other New Zealand.
Awesome,
along
very
with
cool.
Ensign Mermaid.
What else do we have here? More cooking with Thrive Life videos. LOL? Question mark. Yep, we'll be doing some of that.
We're gonna try. Kevin asked me if I can do one once a week, once every 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
It just depends. So, yeah.
Well, the house in Maryland is still up in the air. It is not up in the air. It is still in the bureaucratic red tape process of selling it, and we will keep you guys apprised. But please keep praying for us as we wait to hear what's going on. Any new products on the Goin Batty store? Absolutely.
I can't remember if Katie has a couple new aprons. She's got a Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Supergirl apron, and then she's got a really cute one that's pink and flowers. And there is now I don't have a whole lot of. There's some new stuff. I'm not sure like when the last time you looked, but I've done some of like the blanket scarves, and I've done a couple things for people that they've asked me to do especially for them. So I haven't put a whole lot of new stuff on, but I'm working on a shawl right now, right here. This one.
And if you go to the Goin Batty store, you will see our first attempt at putting some of Heather's first favorite recipes.
Oh, that's right.
We have a little recipe. I won't
Like
call it an ebook. I would say it's more of a download. 10 recipes that you can see right there on YouTube.
It's our kids' favorite ones that I've done. So yeah.
And so I would encourage you guys to check out the goinbattystore.com and see Heather's recipes. That's kind of a little collection of both full-on meals and Cookie Friday meals. So that's part of it. There was a question from Brad about the red tape that the house is in. I don't really want to go into all of that here on YouTube, but let's just say it is a process to get the house sold, and because of the kind of loan that we had, we have to bring a lot of people into it, and the bank has to approve it, and there's some dynamics in it that we just won't go too much into. But be praying for us, because it is a process, and it is one that's coming close to an end too.
Mountain Mama, I believe I have one bag that is purse size, what I would consider purse size, and then one that is a little bigger. The purse size one probably measures about, I don't know, maybe about a foot tall and maybe about 6 inches wide, and then the other one probably is about 14 inches tall.
Kelly, just real quick, I wanted to just be with you on that prayer. It says, my son-in-law John's cancer diagnosis is awesome. They're saying it is possibly in possible remission, that the other two cancers aren't there. They're going to watch him over the next 4 years. That is a huge praise, and we are so excited for you. We were not ignoring that comment. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
And we're ecstatic for you and your family, and hopefully he continues to heal up. So thank you for all of that you guys are doing on the live chat with taking care of all of our trolls, and we're really glad that we were able to be with you tonight. So
So I hope I answered Mountain Mama's question. So I have one that's probably purse size, one that's more, I don't know, like maybe like computer bag size, book bag size, something. It's not quite diaper bag size. So it just depends on how big you like your purses.
It is.
It just depends. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So guys, that is the show for tonight. We do this thing where we pray because we're Christians and we're believing family. We pray at the end. If that's not your thing, by all means, you can stay or go, but we'd love for you to stay. So I'm going to pray for us, and we'll get out of here. We do this little Devo at the beginning of each day at 7 o'clock. We'll hope you join us. Be ready, because yes, there is. I'm sorry, I'm reading the live stream and my ADD is getting the best of me.
Pray.
There is a way for you to private message us. You can do that by emailing us at info.goinbatty@gmail.com. That's info.goinbatty@gmail.com, and all of that should be down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Or on our goinbattystore.com website, you can get a hold of us. So by all means, feel free to contact us that way. But we, like I was saying before, we do this thing on in the morning called a devotional, and it's just where we dig into God's Word and unpack what He has to say. Yeah, the West Coast time is way too early for me. So, okay, well, thanks for watching us on the Rewind. We appreciate that. The last thing, oh man, it just slipped out of my brain. Dang it.
You were going to pray.
I was going to pray, but there was something else I was going to say before I did that. Oh, well, I'll probably remember it right as we shut everything down. I'll probably go, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell them. I will pray for us and we will get out of here. Or I'll remember it and I'll keep you on and talk your ear off. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for the blessings of the day. I ask for your healing touch to be on all of the people on this live stream, and I ask for you, God, to continue to bless the Goin Batty clan. Thank you for the just the wonderful life that you've given us. Thank you for this community that you've brought around us. This incredible YouTube community has sustained us and made us laugh and brought us joy, and even made us cry a couple of times. And Lord, we thank you that we were able to walk through life with a community like this. Each and every person that's watching, God, just invade their life and give them an opportunity to see the things that you're doing in their life. Bless this day. Go before us, beside us, and behind us as we go into tomorrow. It's in your Son's name. Amen. Well, guys, that's it. Thanks for joining us. I hope I feel better, too.
Did you remember?
I did not. It hit me like a ton of bricks tonight. I have just, it is nailing me. Matter of fact, as Heather was talking, I was getting a raging, like one of those raging sinus headaches that kind of goes here and then blows up through your head and out your eyeballs. Hate that. But anyway, it won't stop me. So we'll keep going. Guys, thank you. Feel free to contact us. We'd love to hear from you. And I think that's it. Is that it?
I don't know. Did you remember anything?
She's going to pick on me.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, and more updates as we go. Oh, Friday Night Freestyle. Don't forget Friday Night Freestyle. We'll see you on Friday. See ya.